Hi, welcome. So in this video, we are going to look at how to sort and filter data. So there are times you want to see just a specific rows because of specific conditions. So that's like filtering the data. I'll show you. And also you want to sort maybe in increasing order or decreasing order. So let's just go straight to the computer and do just that. So we are here now. I'll just copy this data and I paste here this data. We're going to use the data we used in the last video. So remember, we've had previous videos like this in this series with formatting, viewing, freezing. So let's just look at this data set and learn how to do sorting and filtering. So the first thing is I want to sort maybe numbers. So when you look at this salary, for example, you might want to produce a report which is in order of salary. Like let's say we want to know from the lowest to the highest, for example, or from the highest to the lowest. So what do? You come here, you click on the field you want to sort, you right click, and then if you come down here, you would see the sort, and you have two options here. So there is the sort smallest to largest or sort largest to smallest. So let's just click on this first one here. So when you click on this first one, you notice that you've been able to order the numbers, the salary, in terms of the lowest is here, and if you go right down, the highest is here. So that is, you've sorted it and you can be able to see this is the minimum and here is the maximum. Now we can also sort instead from the largest to the smallest, like you see here. So let's click this one here and you are able to sort from, this is the maximum, the largest, and then it goes right down to the smallest. So there are times you want to do a report like this where you are ordering and reporting this at the top and then maybe followed by the other ones or these are the lowest. Yes, so it's good to have that as a tool. So now when you look at the names tool, you might want to sort some text in alphabetical order. So if you go here, you right click again, you go down here, you would see that there is this sort, and again here is saying sort A to Z or sort Z to A. So if you click here, A to Z, you see all the A's. Andrew is the first A, and right down here you have Peter down here. So, and same as you could do the other way, you could also go there, right click, come down to sort again, and then instead of taking A to Z, you take Z to A. So instead, Peter is up now on top, all the Peters are here, and then when you go right down now, all the Andrews are down here. So let's also look at dates. Sorting dates is the same principle still. So you will just select the date, right click, go to sort, and you see it's asking you, do you want to sort from the oldest to the newest? So it already knows that these are dates, and if I click on this first one, the oldest is 1994, and when I come right down here, the newest is 1980. And if I go up again here, right click, sort, go to newest, 1980 is on top now, and 1944 is down. So you see everything is now reordered so that you are able to maybe do this report based on maybe just, if you want to do just 1980, you can do this report like this. So let's now, that's for single sorting. Let's look at multi-column sorting and how you can maybe sort two criteria. So maybe married and female, for example. So let's do that. So we'll go here, we are going to right click here. Remember again, like I said, in Excel there are several ways of doing something. So you could still sort here, or like we did, you could still right click and sort here, whatever suits you. So now let's do a multi-column sort. We'll do it here, we'll click here, and then we go to custom sort. And for the custom sort, we might decide to say, okay, we want to first of all know the first level is whether the status is married or not. So you want to first group. So it's some form of hierarchical sorting. So hierarchy is first. Are you married or not? And then are you a male or a female? So that's the first thing. Marital status is first. So we could also decide to do A to Z or Z to A. Let's leave it like that. Then now we come here and we add another level here. So the next level now is your gender. So let me just click and you see. So if you see here, the first is all the singles are up here first. Then all the married are down here. And then again, it is separated. There's the single and female all up here. And there is the single and male that follow. Next, there is the married and female all up here. Then there is the married and male down here. So what you see, the A to Z, you could play with them. Maybe you wanted single here, but male first up here and female below. So you could still go to the sort, custom sort, and let me just take out this selection, go to sort, custom sort. So it is there, or it is still there for you. So now is Z to A. If I want the married to come up and the single to go down, I would instead do the A to Z. So since M comes before S, M married will be up here and single will be down here. So I use A to Z. As for the female and the male, if I want the male to be up and the female to be down, since F comes before M in the alphabet, so I'll do the opposite, which is Z to A. So I expect to have the marital status with A to Z, that is with the married first, single second, gender as is Z to A with the male first, female second. So let's click on that and we get just that. Married, all the married first, that's the first hierarchy. All the married first, starting with M, all the singles with S, and the married again is broken down into all the male with M, and then all the female cancel, and all the female with F. Again, to the single, all the male with M, and all the female with F. So that's filtering, that's sorting. Let's move on to filtering now. So to filter, you might want to maybe select just a couple of rows to do a report. So not everything, and that's where filtering comes into play. So one of the things you can do is, let's just come here, you select here. Let's say, for example, I want to use maybe Peter or Mary. I'll come and click here, and then I'll click on, as you see, after the sort, there is the filter. Now, if I click on this, so I am able to use this checkbox to select. So usually when you click like this, all are selected by default. So if I want just Peter, what I need to do is I need to click on select all, and then I click just Peter, select just Peter here in this checkbox, and click on OK. And you see, now I have filtered the data with a condition where the name is Peter. So if you're used to SQL, you will understand this is like a where Peter equals name equals to Peter. So you see just the information for Peter. So I could copy this and maybe do a report. Now it might be that I want for maybe Peter and Mary. So I just need to click on the second one here. So Mary and Peter, click on OK. And I have all the information now for Mary and Peter. And that is how I could use the checkbox to do the filtering. So we could also filter the dates. So let me just click here. Then I'll go back to select all so that everything is represented. Then I go to OK, and you have back your data as it was. And since I already have these filters selected, so remember I could turn them off here, and I will not be able to filter. or I turn them back on and I filter. So now I want to filter dates. So I could come here and I click here, and then you see same thing. I select all, I deselect all because select all is the default. So you just click on select all and everything is deselected. Now I say maybe I'm interested in 1980 only. So I want to know I want the report of 1980 only. So I'm going to click on OK here, and you see the two people that feature there, Mark Peter. So 1980, 1980, and then you have all the rest of the information. So it's still a where, which has just taken where the date of birth is. The year is 1980, for example. So let's go back there. So we could still click like this, since Excel knows the dates and the months. So we could say we just want August here of this 1980. So when we click on OK, we get just August 1980. So you can use that to sort to filter your dates. So let's click on OK here again. And also numbers. So let's say, for example, we wanted to have the salary of maybe who are those who have 100,000. So again, you just remember all is selected by default. So you have to click on this select all so that you deselect everything. There is no tick in front of it. Then you choose the one that you want. We said we wanted to see the 100,000s. So we click OK, and then we get these three. So you have Peter, Michael, James, and these are the three who have salary of 100,000. So the same thing could be used for text. Same thing for text again. Go to text. As we saw here. Now you can also use the text here, like you can use a search. So let's go to search. So we can decide to say, okay, we just want all that start with M, for example. So if I type M, you see there's M and everyone that contains M. And if I say MA, now I have all the MA. So there's Mark, there's Mary. So I could also search like this, and I can just put the mark directly, and I get just the mark for the text here. So you can do that, and then you select it, and you see you've used the search to get it. So I could still use the search again, like I started to do MA, and I get just this this two. So same as we could use the search for numbers, and let's say you go here and then you just start typing maybe 6. So the only one that has 6 is the 60,000. So as soon as you type the 6, just this 60,000 is highlighted, and when you click on OK, you get this 60,000 it appears here. So another interesting thing to note about this filtering is that whenever you filter like this, once you copy it now out, it becomes a new database. So I'll just show you that. So I'll copy here, then I'll just paste it in another sheet. So if I paste here, I'll just paste all. You see now it becomes a new subset of the database. So if you see here, I'll just double click. So there is no 100,000, there is no 10,000, there is nothing else, but just the one you filtered. So it's another way of summarizing your data, because here you had you can get access to the 10,000, the 20,000, the 30, the 80s, but as soon as you copy it out from here like this and paste elsewhere like this, then you've reduced the data to just this limited number, and maybe from here you can do maybe further filtering if you want, or continue your report with just this subset of data. So it's another way of getting a subset of your data. I hope you've been able to learn how to do sorting, which is ordering your text, dates, or numbers from the smallest to the largest. And you've also learned how to do filtering, which is like selecting some certain rows which meet certain conditions and reducing your data. And you can also remember that you can copy that what you filtered, paste in a new sheet or in some other part of your workbook, and it becomes a new database on its own, which is a subset of the original data. So hope you enjoyed this video. See you next video. Wish you good data love.